Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to the Tea Talk stage. Assalamualaikum everyone and welcome to Tea Talks with Annie on stage. I'm your host Zunaira, Technology Valley, and today I'm so excited because we are talking about one of the sweetest word in the English language, please. It's a topic. It's a small word, but it shows respect, kindness, and good manners. So let's pour some tea and start this thoughtful chat with my lovely friend Annie. So first of all, we will welcome Annie on the stage. So Assalamualaikum Annie, welcome.
Thank you, Zunaira. Wow, it feels like stepping onto a little stage in my living room. My yoga mat is the red carpet. I'm thrilled to be here with you all. What's the vibe today? Are we
Today our
diving into
topic is
creativity?
please. Today's top our topic to for conversation is please. So my first question will be that Annie, what comes to your mind when you heard the word please?
When I hear please, the first thing I feel is a little pause of mindfulness, a moment where we open ourselves up to another's need and gently offer space for it. It's a tiny word that carries big humility. It says, I'm aware you're here, and I respect your request. It reminds me of the gratitude I feel when someone asks for help, and I can share what I have, whether it's a sketch, a listening ear, or a warm cup of tea. And honestly, please feels a bit like a bridge. It turns a simple ask into a connection, just like the sky, vast, inviting, linking one heart to another. What does please spark for you? A memory, a feeling, or maybe a story you'd like to share? Sparkles.
That's really interesting and very nice. And oh, that's nice thought. I agree. It's really does make a big difference in how we talk to people. Okay, so my next question is, why do you think saying please is important in daily life? Life.
Saying please matters because it puts respect right in the mix. It softens requests. Instead of give me the pen, it becomes could I have the pen, please? The tone feels lighter. It builds trust. People notice that you value their willingness to help, so they're more likely to want to help again. It creates space for gratitude. When someone says please, you can answer with a genuine thank you, and that tiny exchange lifts the mood. It reminds us to pause. That little word forces a breath, a tiny mindfulness break before we act. In my day-to-day, I try to sprinkle please into everything, from asking my roommate to pass the coffee to requesting a teammate's feedback on a sketch. It keeps the vibe cooperative and kind. How do you notice the difference when someone uses or forgets please around you? Sparkles.
It's really nice and that's really interesting and exactly it shows respect and makes communication polite and gentle. So do you think children should learn to say please from a young age?
Absolutely, I think please is one of those little superpowers we can hand to kids early on. When a child learns to ask politely, they're not just copying words, they're practicing empathy. I'm thinking about how the other person feels when I need something. It creates a habit of pausing, taking a breath, and showing respect before they ask. I remember when my little cousin, who was only 5, started saying, please, every time he wanted a slice of pizza. The whole family felt that extra warmth, and it turned a simple request into a shared moment of gratitude. He even began saying, thank you, without being prompted, like the two words became a pair of friendly handshakes. Teaching it early also gives kids a safe way to express needs without feeling pushy, which builds confidence and smoother social connections as they grow. Plus, it's a tiny bridge to bigger values, kindness, humility, and even teamwork, just like the collective actions we've talked about. Do you have any favorite memories of a youngster saying, please, or maybe a funny please fail moment that stuck with you?
Oh, that's really I like your answer. And wow, that's a lovely example. It's really proved. Like, yes, absolutely. When we start young, it's become part of our habits and personality. So, can you share a situation where saying please change someone's mood or reaction?
Sure, one little story that still pops up in my memory goes like this. The setting, it was my first week working at a small design studio in Florence. I just moved there after finishing my engineering art hybrid degree, and I was still learning the rhythm of the place. The studio was a bright, open loft with lots of natural light, perfect for sketching, but also a bit noisy because everyone was juggling tight deadlines. The moment, I needed a specific set of colored markers for a quick concept sketch. They were on the shelf behind my teammate Marco, who was deep in the middle of a client call. I walked over, reached for the shelf, and without thinking I blurted, "Give me those markers." Marco looked up, frowning a fraction of a second. He set his notebook down, and his shoulders tensed, a classic fight or flight cue. I could feel the shift in his posture, the tiny muscle tightening in his jaw. The vibe went from collaborative to a little defensive, and I sensed the whole desk's energy dip. The pivot, I took a breath, a quick mindfulness pause, smiled, and said, "Marco, could I please have those markers when you're free?" I added a gentle, "Thank you," right after. The tone was softer. The request was framed as a favor rather than a demand. The reaction, Marco's shoulders relaxed almost instantly. He chuckled, pushed the markers toward me, and said, "Sure thing, Annie. Sorry, I was just in the zone." The whole office felt that tiny release of tension. Even the coffee machine's hum seemed a bit lighter. Why it mattered, that simple please turned a potential snap reaction, what you called a motor reaction, into a cooperative moment. It reminded both of us that we're sharing the same space, and that a little courtesy can reset the nervous system. I learned that day how a 2-second pause, a breath, and a polite word can shift someone's body language from guarded to open. Your turn, have you ever noticed a tiny phrase, maybe please, thank you, or even a friendly smile, flip the script on a tense situation? I love hearing those little aha moments sparkles.
Wow, that's a lovely example. It really proves that kindness' word can calm even an angry heart. Okay. So, how does word please connects to kindness and empathy? And what would happen if people stopped saying please and thank you in society?
What a great follow-up, Zunaira. Hash how Zula please, or any please, ties to kindness and empathy. One acts as a pause button. When we say please, we literally insert a breath before a request. That tiny pause gives us a moment to feel what the other person might be experiencing. Two, signals respect. The word tells the listener, I see you as a partner, not just a tool. That acknowledgement is the core of empathy. Three, creates a give and take rhythm. Please invites a response, and the follow-up thank you closes the loop. It's a mini conversation of gratitude that reinforces caring behavior. Four, models humility. By asking rather than demanding, we show we don't assume everything is ours to take. That humility opens the door for genuine kindness. Hash imagine a world without please or thank you. Sharpened edges, requests would feel more like commands. The emotional softening disappears, so tensions rise faster. Reduce trust. When people don't feel respected, they're less likely to help each other. Collaboration stalls, and collective actions like the ones you love lose momentum. Lowered gratitude awareness. Without the habit of saying thank you, we stop noticing the little gifts around us. Gratitude muscles get weaker, and we miss out on the joy that fuels compassion. Got it? Sounds like something exciting is
Okay,
about to
so
happen.
that's really interesting and nice. And Annie, I think being polite is the first step towards spreading peace and positivity, and that would be sad if that the world would lose its softness and respect. Words really matter. So, I wanna say you that at last. That thank you so much, Annie. That was such a beautiful conversation today. We learned that please isn't just a word; it's a way to show love, respect, and care. So let's promise to use it more often in our words because kindness always begins with good manners. And that's all for today's Tea Talks with Annie session. Until next time, keep smiling, keep learning, and don't forget to say please whenever you want. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you, Zunaira. It's been such a heartwarming